like, I go to work, I come home, I watch Channing Tatum videos on YouTube. There's not really a lot happening. Oh, except the fact that we met Reezy. We honestly didn't know it was going to happen. Like, we were literally like, we're just happy to be nominated. You know? And then the moment comes.
And I was wearing shoes that were killing my feet and so uncomfortable. I was concerned when I stood up I was going to fall down. And also,
I was concerned.
We had only had a banana. We had been up since 4:30 in the morning.
It was just, it was like too little food, too much emotion. There was like a lot happening. Anyway, so, but it's like Eve said, the moment you hear Anderson Cooper say your name, shit gets real.
I was like freaking out / watching Ryan because they showed a clip, you know, as everyone
And what I
may have
will
seen.
say,
He laughed.
he was laughing at us, with us. and he's
Especially at the cake.
at the cake, yes. And
He did, I can't really do the
he
face,
did
but
like a lean forward
yes.
laugh. You're welcome. So Anderson Cooper says our names, waves for us to come, it's slow motion waves for us to come meet Ryan. And so I'm walking down the stairs and I'm thinking in my mind that it's so crazy, but also that I don't want to appear to be an insane person. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go down and I'm gonna go for the hand and be like, it's really.
And
great
I'm
to
like,
meet you.
I'm like following Candace, quite literally following her, and I'm like, whatever she does, I'm gonna do it. I'm just like,
So I'm ready to be like, nice to meet you, and I see Ryan's arms open up. And that's when you can hear me. You can hear an audible scream, and I run.
I would say it was like you'd sort of take half a skip.
I just sort of leapt up like a dog into my owner's arms. I went for the arms around the neck, and I held on to my man. Then I didn't realize until I watched it back that he had.
It was a full interlock. And he sort of, as you were like, ah, he kind of like makes a noise and is like, hi, like. And I'm standing there trying not to have a nervous breakdown. And
Sweet baby.
Because
Jesus.
Also, like, even when he was just sitting there, because I've had the fortunate opportunity to be in close proximity to several famous people in the past, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins included, and part of, especially when it's the first time, your brain is like not able to function because you're like, oh hey, you're usually living my TV.
And I will say this.
The olfactory pleasantness was like
First of all,
off
he
the
smells amazing.
charts.
And he let me tell you this, ladies. You know that Ryan knows what the fuck is up. Because he's like one of those dudes that he smells good, but you gotta get in real close to smell the smell. It's not like he walks by and it's like a little wavy lines follow him because he put on too much Axe. It's like a very masculine smell. And I will say this as well. He is very gentlemanly and like knows how to just like, because he, obviously if you saw the show, they ushered us to this little photo booth so we could take pictures, which
was like
amazing. And he like sort of like held his arm out and was like, after you.
Like if you look, you see that they signal, because I was still like just trying not to
like,
fall over, and he kind of was like motions us over, and then
but like a boss, because he sort of goes, come on. And I was like,
oh
damn, I'm gonna follow you
and
now.
And then he's like, and then I couldn't, like, I was still like, oh my god, this is really happening. And he's like, and there was like a corner of the elevated part where the couch was. He's like, watch your step.
He's like, watch your step, ladies. Then we get to the photo booth, and I have to say, it was just like so much emotion, too little food. and the thing that was so fun about him is like, obviously it's always awkward when you're meeting someone for the first time and you don't know what they're like in person, and it's just like there's so many things going through your head. And I have to say, haters gonna hate, people be jumping on the Reezy train. The man deserves your love because he was so sweet and he was so humble and was like totally like.
And God bless Candace, because I like the sugar crash and the adrenaline. I couldn't. It was like I was not capable of speech.
Let me just say
this woman actually was able to get some sentences out.
We had a full-on conversation with Ryan Steven Lochte. And let me just tell you do this, ladies who have been following us. I will have you know, and I'm very proud of this fact, that I told Ryan to his facha that we call him Honey Boo Boo because he's everybody's boo, and he laughed, and it was great. But I was thinking, was like, okay, I felt like I was like Ryan in a race. I was like, this is my only chance. This is every 4 years I gotta like talk to the man. So we had a little conversation because I didn't want to come off as being a crazy. Because first of all, I was like, he's gonna think we're mental. We make videos about him.
Well, in our defense, videos aside, I would like to say I think we're some of the more chill and demure ladies that Ryan has come into contact with lately. So I don't think I have to like clown on that.
We kept it classy.
We kept it classy. You were all with us.
And it was really, and it was also really cool, I have to say, like coming home after the show was on and seeing people tweeting and being really excited for us. Which
NTD, really we felt the love.
We did, you know, because obviously I'm cynical from New York, so I was like, there's gonna be mad haterade and people saying rude things about us, but everybody was saying such nice stuff. And
which
like,
was
even
nice
on Tumblr.
Because there actually was a little part that unfortunately no one will ever see, which we won't really discuss. When we came back from having our photos taken, not everyone was loving us as intensely as
there was got a little shady.
I felt like
there was a little shade.
It got a little cold.
Got a little shady. And
I'm going to talk off to people having been up since 4:30 in the morning.
Also, and it's difficult because there were a lot of people there who really like him, and like we were chosen.
And as Anderson said, quote, they didn't know they were going to be singled out. And
no, they did.
That's the truth.
No, they did. But thank God they wore long wear foundation.
I just kept repeating the question that I had mentally prepared. Should I get the opportunity to ask a question and reminding myself to breathe? And then all of a sudden we're standing in the digitalphotobooth.com with Ryan Steven Lochte.
And I have to say, I don't think I've ever looked that good in my damn life. So thank you, Bobbi Brown Longwear Foundation.
So Candace releases from her hug, and then you kind of went off, and then I did my hug, and I remember there was and if you can see that I was like caressing the back. First of all, I have not felt that like quality of luxury fabric before in my life, and the smell, the beautiful Ryan Lochte smells good smell, and it was like all killer, no filler. Like even if he's been consuming a lot of steaks, it was like.
It's like, you know when you go to a cheap restaurant and you sit in the booth and you think it's going to be soft, but it ends up being like a bench? He's like a bench. The man is solid all around.
I mean, like, basically, if I had to nitpick and say there was a downside to the experience, which it's like he was wearing clothes.
If he had just been in the jammer. If we could just like get the jammers, that would have been great. But I have to say, and also, not only was it like, oh, we met Ryan Steven, what was he wearing? What was he wearing? Oh, it was black on black. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
And it had blue. It had a little blue. I think.
It was just like.
And I was wearing my bling because I recently found 2 rings in my mom's attic. I thought I lost, including a small sapphire and diamond one. Well, guess what? When that don't even roll because Ryan Steven had something that was like the.
She rolls up with like a freaking Kate Middleton ring. It was cray.
And I will say, I livened up and finally started coming alive during our photo shoot. And I wouldn't say I've been getting shade, but a lot of people are like, damn, like you really got in there. And I was like you wouldn't.
I was like, Eve, did you make actual contact? Because there's a picture of us where we're both pretending to like kiss him on the cheek. But I'm a little more reserved.
I was like,
so I kind of held it back, and Eve like basically made contact with his ear. We have yet to confirm the contact, but it definitely looks.
And I remember I remember the only coherent thing I said because I think there was some exchange about samba dancing in Rio, and I'm like, well, we're gonna, blah blah blah, and then I was like, let's make this next one like a Ralph Lauren ad, like.
He was so sweet though. He was like,
Candace was like, Candace had the presence of mind to be like, thank you so much. This means so much. And he was like, of course. Like I have to say, I was telling a friend of mine who totally does not really follow this situation at all, other than my like involvement. And I was telling her the story about how when Ryan Steven was a young age group swimmer, some well-known swimmer, as of yet unnamed, was signing autographs, and then was like, peace out, I gotta go. And he And little Ryan Steven was like, when I'm that big, I'm never doing that to one of my fans. And he really...
And he did.
And he didn't.